Welcome to the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Riley, filling in for Danny this week. And today we have on the Friends of the Lynn Public Library to talk about some of their membership efforts and fundraising efforts. Thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So this is Lindsay, the president, and Jen, the vice president of the Friends. Would you guys be able to just let us know how you guys got involved and anything else?
Sure, I'll start. So I've been a staff member at the Lynn Public Library for 13 years. I got involved with the Friends a little bit when I found out about the Friends. I have a background in events and program planning, so I wanted to get involved that way. So kind of as like a staff volunteer, I started joining that, and then once we started to revitalize our group, I kind of stepped up and took on the role of acting vice president, just in an interim time, just to get the group going again. And then I was elected president at our previous election.
And I liked going to the library. I'm actually not even from Lynn. I live in Swampscott, but you don't have to be from Lynn to love the library. And not just the building, but the community in the library. I really just enjoyed being there. One day there was a craft program. I think we were making coasters, and it looked really good. All their craft programs are amazing. I try to go to all of them. And so this was the first one I went to. And while I was there, I mentioned that I do fundraising for my job. And immediately, Nicole, who's on staff and was running this coaster thing, was like, yeah, forget about the coasters. We need you on Friends. And I was elected vice president roughly 20 minutes later.
So earlier when I made the joke of come in for a craft, leave as vice president, you literally were not kidding.
Quite literally, yeah.
Did you even finish the craft?
Nicole made it pretty clear that the crafts were not important. That was just a ruse to get in people who make the mistake of saying, oh, I enjoy raising money. And I'm so glad to be on it. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I got to the first meeting, and I've been on boards before, and I thought, these people are like, they're just delightful, and I love this library. I'm like, yeah, if they want to let me be on, I would love to be a part of this. So it's been great. It's been terrific so far.
Mm-hmm. So the Friends of the Library have been around for about 40 years now. What exactly is it that the Friends does? Like, what is the main purpose of it?
So the main purpose of the Friends is to basically promote the efforts of the library and also to fundraise to supplement the municipal budget. So, when we're just figuring out what the library is going to spend money on, programming generally falls to the back of that. Books and other technology and things like that tend to be in the forefront. Plus, with the municipal budget, just paying staff and having the building open. So what the Friends do, for the most part, is raise funds that goes mostly directly to programming. So anytime you have like crafts, that is funded by the Friends. If we have snacks at a program, that's funded by the Friends. And then most of the time that we have a paid presenter at the library, it's funded by the Friends.
It's a great way. I mean, yes, we definitely need the monetary support, but it's also a great way to get involved. Small donations make such a big difference. It feels like when I first started, you give just a little bit of money and then you have these events, you're like, oh, this is great. It's such a great way to meet other people, and I didn't have to make some like crazy donation I couldn't afford. Like it's a great way to participate really in the library.
Mm-hmm. So what exactly are the benefits to becoming a member of the Friends of the Library, and like how does somebody become a friend of the library?
And interested members, or it can be anybody, patrons or just community members, whether you use the library or not, all you have to do is fill out a membership form. We have them available at the library. They're also available for download or printing from the website. There are several tiers of membership. You can be a friend for as little as $10 a year. You can be a good friend for $20 to $50 a year, or you can be a best friend for a donation of over $50 a year. Our membership year starts in September, so that's when we start to do renewals, but you can sign up to be a friend anytime during the year. So anybody who's interested, like I said, getting involved in the community, we have several committees within the Friends. We have a fundraising committee, we have a volunteer committee, so it's a good chance for if people are looking to meet other people, like-minded people who enjoy the library, to come together and volunteer their time and kind of create our own little community within the library community. But yeah, anybody can join and at any time.
So do you guys have like special friends-only events? Like, what other benefits do people have to become a member of the Friends?
So part of our revitalization, we are working out some benefits. I can mention, like, previously the library used to charge like a fee for discount museum passes because the Friends fund those. That's another part of the aspect of the Friends other than just programming. So the library offers discount museum passes to like the Aquarium, Museum of Science, Children's Museum, a variety of museums. The Friends pay for those memberships, so that's who funds those. We used to charge like $2 for one of the coupons, but we stopped charging that a while ago. Initially, the Friends would not have to pay for those. We don't currently have any specific benefits other than being part of the Friends and being a part of supporting the library, but we're
you've
working
got your
out.
listserv. I mean, we've got a listserv just of the Friends, how we contact the Friends, and that's a great way to find out everything going on at the library. So you don't have to, rejoin whatever social media you just got off of because you can't handle it anymore. No problem. You're on our listserv. I honestly think that's one of the best benefits is that you know every program, and there's so many. Like any fun thing that they're doing, Lindsay and the rest of the staff come up with the best stuff. They've got a club where you read the book and then you also watch the movie of that book and sort of talk about like which one you like better and how they were different and so forth. Like obviously we have a million craft ideas. I'm going to the Sip and Stitch, which is new. I've got this thing I'm embroidering. I mean, it's really good stuff. But if I wasn't on the listserv as a member, I might miss it. I might not know what's going on. So being involved is kind of the big benefit. It's like keeping you in the loop is kind of what you get out of it.
Because with the library, we don't have like a newsletter or email blast type of thing, mostly for privacy reasons. You'd have to opt into that. But kind of the way to opt into that is to join the Friends of the Library, and then monthly you'll get an email that tells you what's coming up for the library, what you can sign up. So kind of in a way you get notified and kind of get like first dibs on programming to sign up. But we are working out some other benefits that we can try to work out specifically for Friends.
And we've talked a few times about different programs that have occurred at the library over the years, mostly the crafts and the arts, but there's also like educational and cultural programming too that you guys run, and all of that is also funded by the Friends, correct? Mm-hmm. So what are some of those programs?
You've got the program where folks can come in and a professional looks over your resume and helps you get back into the job market if that's something you're interested in doing. That's one that I see on the listserv.
It really sometimes it's hard to decipher. A lot of times we do get things for free. The libraries staff sign up for free type programs. I would say culturally, we actually, one thing that the Friends definitely have funded in the past is Delvina Theater Company coming in and doing a production. They're extremely popular on the North Shore, especially among the library circuit. Anytime they come in, you get at least 40 to 50 people to come into that program. And they do a huge variety of different types of performances. One thing we had talked about was like there's a Julia Child program that they do. We just recently had a Lizzie Borden mock trial type production, which was wildly popular. People loved it. That was very specifically funded by the Friends. Actually, it was funded directly from a donation from Tom DeMakis. He made a significant donation to the Friends of the Library that was divided among the three major departments: children's, young adult, and adult. And that's what the adult department chose to purchase with their portion of that donation. And from that, people signed up to be members of the Friends and made just donations at that event. So the events kind of feed themselves, but that's definitely one of the like arts and cultural type programs that the Friends have funded in recent times.
Yeah.
And we talked before, in April you guys do have a couple of things happening.
Yes.
So the first want to touch on is the annual meeting. So what is that?
So the annual meeting for the Friends is just one meeting that any member can attend. We kind of talk about like the state of the organization, I guess, at that point in time. It's also when we will hold an election. Elections are held every 2 years. So we just had an election this past April. So we won't have an election this coming April. But it is a time.
That was my first meeting too.
Yeah.
It's a perfect time because it's open to the public. The annual meetings are always open to the public, and I got to sit down and sort of be a part of it. And if I had thought, oh, this isn't really for me, no harm, no foul. But it was more like this is really fun, and I wouldn't have even known about this if somebody hadn't said, oh, it's the annual meeting. Just come and sit in and see what we're doing.
Yeah, it's a great time to learn more about the Friends and kind of see if it's going to be the right fit for you if you want to be a member or serve on the board. You know, in the future, we're always looking for potential new board members because we don't generally re-elect. We always try to look to put somebody else in place in each position.
And then the other big thing in April we were talking about before is the 125th anniversary of the building that the library is in.
Yes.
And you guys have some stuff planned. I know not everything is totally concrete yet, but any details you want to share?
Plans are in the works. We're definitely putting together a large-scale celebration. It will be a concerted effort between library staff, the trustees of the library, and the Friends. So we're going to come together as a group and make a plan on how we plan to celebrate it. But we do think that there's going to be some sort of fundraising aspect for the Friends so that money can go back towards programming in the library itself.
I mean, we've already had some Easter eggs we've put out there for the folks who are paying attention, like for our craft fair. We had these new tote bags with the building imprinted on them. I think we had some ornaments with the building on them too, or maybe some paperweights. Yes. So we were sort of like throwing out little clues, like we're about to celebrate this really cool building. You know, get your tote bag while you still can, kind of thing. But we're definitely gonna have a celebration closer to April.
And so going forward too, you guys are going to be looking to raise money for these programs and everything. So what fundraising efforts are you guys looking into doing? If people want to just donate, maybe they don't want to become a friend for whatever reason, but they want to still just donate directly or anything like that.
Which is so helpful. Like a lot of our events, like for example, the craft fair, if you came, what you were, and maybe you bought something, they were selling all sorts of different things, including ornaments. It was right before Christmas. But if you came and you bought something, that was supporting us. And you're also supporting local artists, and you're also getting something really cool, like a Fluff-N-Utter handbag. And like there were just so many cool things. So it's sort of like a win-win-win. We did try to do another Touch-A-Truck event earlier last year for the kids. The kids there's so many programs at the library for kids, but this was going to be an event where they could, some of the younger kids could come and touch like fire trucks and other first responder trucks, which I guess they're really psyched for. Unfortunately, the weather did not.
We had no rain, and then the day of the Touch Truck it rained. Yeah,
of course.
It was depressing, but that's the kind of stuff where it's not just, you know, hey, come and please support us. It's like, hey, do this really fun thing with your kid, or hey, come here and buy a gorgeous watercolor of the orange dinosaur on Route 1. You know, like it's fun for the stuff we do is just fun for everyone.
Yeah. So we don't have anything on the calendar at the moment, but we are going to get together our fundraising committee to plan our next big fundraiser. But so far, we've had an annual craft fair during the end of the fall, beginning of the winter, which has worked out really wonderful. We have an ongoing book sale, so there's always a table of books available for sale at the library. The proceeds from that book sale go directly to the Friends. Also, proceeds from our copy machine go to the Friends. So if you come into the library and use the copy machine, that money goes directly to the Friends. We also have some light office supplies available. So if you come in to do some sort of business at the library, faxing, printing, whatever, you can buy a folder that goes directly to the Friends. So there's always some sort of fundraising effort kind of going on. We absolutely accept cash and check donations if you don't want to become a member. But membership is really as involved as you want to. We have many members who just pay the annual due, and that's as involved as they are. So the next year comes around, we send out a renewal letter, they send in some money, and then that's as involved as they want to be. And that is completely fine. We absolutely welcome those members. And then you have members who want to be a little more involved. So even if you don't think you want to be a member, you could still be a member and get an email that tells you about what programs are coming up, and that's all you have to do. But of course, any just donations without becoming a member are certainly welcome.
I also want to say that I want to assure people who are thinking about becoming members, we are desperately trying to join the 21st century before it ends, and we've made real strides to just getting PayPal or Venmo, and the universe has really thrown a lot of obstacles in our way, but we're almost there. We're almost ready to accept money as
virtually somehow, digitally.
Virtually, yes. We're getting there.
Yeah, but as of now, cash and checks are certainly accepted.
So we do need to wrap up now, but just lastly, for you guys, if you could just tell people why you think it's important to support the library as a whole, what the value is in the library and becoming a member of the Friends.
Can I start with that? Because it's on the tip of my brain. It's cold lately. It's so cold. It's the cold.
I feel it in my bones. It's not fun.
It's like the 2 weeks in winter that like are really like rip your face off cold, because it's always the wind, right? My skin is so dry. And I find that just I've got all different kinds of friends and people in my life, and all of them will be like, oh, it's cold, and then say, yeah, I wish I could help folks around here. Normal people have a sense of community. I think 99% of the folks here in Lynn and the wider area, you've got that little thing in your head that says, I hope people aren't too cold. Or especially with kids, you're like, I hope kids have all the mittens they need. It's just something. The Lynn Public Library is a community center. There's so much that happens there, and it takes so little to help folks who come there and actually have a few needs that would make big difference to them, to take one of these programs that's really helpful to them, or to bring their kids to this other program and have a half hour where they can sit down and clear their head. And it takes so little to help other people in your community and just be there for them. And this is the easiest portal for that, in my opinion. You walk in and it's so great, because mostly I just want a place where people will be quiet so I can do whatever on my phone. But as you're there, you're thinking, boy, it is cold outside. And then you think, yeah, doesn't the Lynn Library provide X, Y, and Z for people? And all you have to do is go up to one of the librarians and say, hey, I'd like to be just a member for $10, or I wonder if I could buy some of those pencils or something. I just find it's a really easy way for us to be in community with each other.
I can't say much more than that.
I was like, you want to follow it up or just leave it?
No.
We could just leave it. Because you're right. I think that you kind of hit the nail on the head there, too. Like, the library has slowly kind of become more of a community center.
Yeah, much more than books.
It's not
for
books
sure.
anymore.
Right.
And a lot of people still think it is books.
It is.
They do.
But it's more than books now.
Yeah.
It absolutely
Way more
is.
than books, for sure.
So definitely feel free to reach out to them, check them out. The link has been at the bottom of the screen multiple times. Go to the library's website. There it is now. Find out more about them. Email them. Get involved. Get down there. Thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Yeah,
Thank you for having
Thanks for
us.
having us.
Right, that's it for this edition of the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Riley. Thanks for watching.